In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Chicco Corso Flex, one of the most versatile and twin-friendly strollers I've reviewed in a while, and I'm super excited to jump in and help you decide if this is the right stroller for your family. If you're new here, I'm Emily. I'm the stroller mom. I'm a mom of 3 kids, 4 and under, and I provide honest reviews from a mom's perspective as a mom who actually used the product. So if you're not already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and shop through the links below. It really helps me to be able to make more videos. While I did receive this stroller in exchange for this review, all opinions are 100% my own, and let's jump in. Okay, so the new Chicco Corso Flex is really the first twin option that Chicco's had in a while. It's modular, it's a single to double, it has so many cool features, and it has a standing platform, which I love. Something that's really cool about this stroller is it works for twin families really well, which I'll get to in just a minute, but it also works for family of kids of varying ages because of this sit and stand feature, which I'll show you in just a minute. This stroller has lots of options and is built as a double stroller, so it's kind of heavy. You'll see this in a little bit, but unlike single strollers, single to double strollers, which will be prime as a single and then a little bit less helpful as a double, this one is really made to be a double, and I'll kind of walk you through those configurations and what that looks like, but I've been really impressed with that. Chicco sells this stroller in a few different bundles, so they're trying to hit the different audiences that might be buying the stroller. They sell it as a twin bundle, which retails around $1,300, but it includes 2 of their Chicco KeyFit 35 car seats in the clear text line, which I love because there's no chemical flame retardants in them. Then there also is a bundle that's like the sit and stand bundle, and then also just that comes with the car seat, and then also just the stroller. The stroller retails by itself for around $5.99. So you kind of have a range there. However, I'm going to link a few links below for you, so check them out. They do often run promotions, especially on Chicco's website. However, if you do plan to buy through Chicco's website, be aware that their return policy, you have to pay for return shipping. And I don't know if you've ever ordered from Wayfair and regretted a purchase, but paying for return shipping really hurts on big products like this. So just be sure that this is the stroller you want when you buy if you go on Chicco's website, but you also get a discount, so there's a trade-off. All right, so let's go over the stroller overall as a single stroller, and then I'll show you the other configurations you can do. I'm really impressed with the quality of this stroller. The handlebar has like this nice leatherette detailing that feels really nice. It comes with 2 cup holders and a storage pocket for my phone that actually holds my phone. I've been really happy with that. They also have a storage basket which can hold up to 15 pounds here, and it is removable. This is kind of reminding me of the Cybex Gazelle actually, with that shopping basket, and kind of makes your single to double stroller a little bit more versatile when you're in the single phase. Overall, the seat is really nice. They have this peekaboo / mesh paneling here that's similar to some of their other options. They have 3 different recline positions, which are really nice and almost flat, but Chicco sells an infant insert that you can buy for your stroller to be able to use it from birth if you don't want to use a car seat. And I think that's probably one of my biggest downsides on Chicco strollers in general, is they don't give you a bassinet option. In general in America, we're okay with that. A lot of people don't do bassinets. They tend to go to the car seat. But it's a really nice option to have because it's best for your baby, especially if you're going to be on long walks or in your strollers for long periods of time during those first 6 months. That full flat option is really nice. I like the infant insert, I like the car seat, but that is one thing to be aware of. There is no bassinet option. In regards to the canopy, this is the full extension. You can also tuck it in here, but there's no zipper out portions, but overall it's been really good. The seat back is nice and tall, and it is not no rethread, so you do manually have to rethread that. I like the bumper bar. It's super easy to open and close. It's got that same nice leatherette detailing as the handlebar. Something I forgot to mention on the handlebar is it is at a very tall height and is not adjustable, so it's going to be great for you tall parents. I'm 5'5". Overall, I found it was pretty comfortable, but it does sit higher than most of the strollers I push just naturally. In regards to the buckles, they're pretty straightforward. They're easy to use. They don't always stay together, but honestly, I haven't had a ton of complaints, and I like that they have these pads here as well for child comfort. They have an adjustable footrest with that same leatherette detailing on there, which you can move. I like that from a cleanliness standpoint with your children's dirty shoes. In regards to the adapters, they have 2 adapters, and they have an upper and lower position, which I'll show you as a double. But one thing that I will say is if you're using the lower adapters like I just was, you cannot put the seat parent facing. The only way to put the seat parent facing is up here, which is fine. Honestly, you'd probably want your child up closer to you anyways, but that is something I want to note, is there's no parent-facing option on the lower adapters here. So before I get into the configuration, I just want to walk through a couple more things. The lower basket below holds 10 pounds, so definitely not the best in this category, but you do have the other storage basket if you need it that holds 15. And then the brakes are on both sides, super easy to do. However, I will say they're not the most flip-flop friendly. There were times where it kind of hurt my foot putting them up. The last thing I will say before we jump into all the different configuration is the tires on this stroller are actually really impressive. They're rubber, they're not plastic, and they are large. In fact, they're so large that when I had my toddler walking next to me, she kept getting hit by them. So buy a tag along, I'll link it below, and then that solves that problem. But because they're so large, it actually handles grass and even like packed gravel pretty well. I was really impressed with that. And we're back in a new location now that our camera's not overheated. And let's talk through the different configurations on this stroller. So the configuration I have right here is as a double stroller. So this is great for those families with 2 kids of varying ages, and especially for those families who have a bigger child that they don't necessarily need a traditional seat for. This right here configuration, you can have a seat on the front. You have this amazing canopy, and it is a sit and stand, which older toddlers love. They have this bar here. You can put the seat up and a little platform that your child can stand facing this way, or you can put the seat down. There's a little buckle here and you can buckle them in. The canopy is such a nice feature. You don't usually see that on sit and stands, and you can take the canopy off if you don't want to use the canopy, and then you have it set up like this. Something that I was very impressed with as the stroller in this configuration was that my toddlers being in the back made the weight and the push a lot easier. You're still pushing a really big stroller, and I found that as I was pushing the grocery store, right? You have these big, nice rubber wheels, and just, it's long. It's like a boat, but that's kind of how tandem strollers are. You get all your side by sides, it's in the width, this tandems, it's in the front to back. And so it's long, so you have to be careful kind of when you're pushing through stores. But because of the weight being in the back, I was incredibly impressed with the push. Even going down curbs, which I've struggled with some single to double strollers, I did not struggle with this stroller just in how the frame is. I was very impressed with that. And there was at points, which I don't recommend it, I had both of my toddlers on here, so I was pushing a lot of weight, and I still felt like it was a very good setup for my older kids. This stroller is also great for twins. So I have it set up, and the configurations I have done have worked for 2 kids of varying ages, but you can purchase the twin set as well. So you can do 2 car seats, 2 seats, or you can have a seat and the sit and stand feature. And this is one of my top recommendations for twin strollers, and the more budget friendly, it's still a decent amount of money, but it is a more budget friendly option for twins because it holds the same amount of weight in each seat. So you can have the baby facing towards you or away from you here, a second seat, and then it has the option to move this up depending on how the configuration you want to do is. Again, if it's lower, it makes it longer. I think that's more of a benefit when you're using it as a single stroller, but let me show you with the car seat so you can kind of see that as well. Okay, so this is the Chicco KeyFit 35 Clear Text, which I love. It's one of my favorite budget-friendly options because it doesn't have any chemical flame retardants, which is so nice. So here is the car seat adapter, which also doubles as a basket. I've always been impressed that there's like little pockets here, and the car seat just pops in so easily. This is the Chicco KeyFit 35 Clear Text, which you can buy as a bundle with the stroller. So what I have here is the bundle, and then obviously you have the little shopping basket and the canopy you can add for the sit and stand. Okay, let's talk about folding the stroller. You can fold the stroller in several of the configurations. For example, the one I have here with the sit and stand. All you need to do is push the buttons on the back of the seat, fold it forward, and then there's this lever here that you pull up, and it folds in half. Because of how the seat is, it's pulling the weight forward so it doesn't stand, which is why my preference is, let's open it real quick, you just pull it open. There's no latches, which has pros and cons. Sometimes it pinches your fingers, but that's the case, and then you pull that up. I prefer, in general, with my single to double strollers or my modular strollers, to just take the seats and stuff off. It saves you room in your trunk. It's not that many more steps, and it makes it lighter because this stroller, especially as a double stroller, it's like 40 pounds, so it's heavy. So you pull this lever if you take the seats off, and it folds in half, and it does stand on its own, and then you can easily lift it into your car. But even on just the frame alone, it's like 26.5 or something pounds, so it is still very heavy. But then to open it, you're just gonna stand here in the back and you just pull and pop it open. So very simple, but it's definitely a big double stroller, but as a benefit of that, you have a much better push just with how big the wheels are, how the frame is, and how the weight distribution is. It just makes it really nice. So who is the Chicco Corso Flex stroller best for? This stroller is great for families who have twins because you can do the 2 car seats of the same weight and the 2 seats, and you have multiple different configurations, and it pushes really well as a double. This is also a great option for families who have an older child who still needs to ride, as well as a younger child, because you have that option to have the sit and stand seat, and just the weight distribution of that is really nice, and you'll find that your older kids will really enjoy that. It also works as a double stroller as well, so if that's something you're looking for, you could do the 2 seats or like a car seat and a seat, so there's lots of different configurations. I think the biggest downside for me is that this seat does not face forward and that it's kind of big. It's long as you're pushing it around, like it's It's a big stroller, but that's just very common for tandem strollers. So if you do decide to buy the stroller, please shop through the link below. It really helps support my channel, and let me know if you have any questions below. Thanks for watching.